Okay, so quick story time here. Over the past weekend on Saturday, I had some friends over. I showed them around town because they're not like local to this area. I live like maybe an hour away, 40 minutes away from them now. So I was showing them around after we got some lunch outside. We went to this like little olive oil and gift shop. It's like it has a bunch of like kitchen goods, some spices, honey, tea, pickles. So like they had food, but they also had like housewares and kitchen. And I saw some greeting cards by the checkout counter, and there were some like homemade looking greeting cards as well, and then tote bags in the back, different designs. And I was like, ooh, maybe this store like buys goods or products from different artists, like the greeting cards. That was kind of like a big indicator to me, now that I'm a little more aware of like what wholesale is and how artists sometimes collaborate with small businesses, local businesses. So I was like, ooh, it would be so cool if I could collaborate with this store, because I see that they have like, it looks like handmade greeting cards, probably not from them. So I asked about it. I was really nervous because I was like, I wasn't prepared, and my boyfriend and my other friends were like, do it, don't be scared, don't be a coward, whatever. So I was like, okay, whatever. But I was really nervous. Like in my head, I wasn't sure what I was gonna say, how I was gonna say it. But anyway, long story short, I approached the person who was at the store. Turns out I think she's one of the owners or the owner's daughter. But I asked her like, these greeting cards, like how does she source them? She talked about the handmade stuff that was in a pile next to that rack. And those are the ones that were handmade by different artists. As she said, she was saying that they get them like handmade from these artists. I never got to follow up and ask like, are they local? Like, how do they vet these artists? Do they reach out to them? Do the artists reach out to the store, the owners? How does it work with this collaboration or partnership? Is it like a one-time deal? Because it didn't look like it was wholesale. It looked like there were like these one-off handmade cards and stuff. And the tote bag, one or two of them were designed actually by one of her employees, so she let her sell it there. My mistake was, I was like, okay, that's really cool, that's so nice, but I never got to introduce myself. I never told her who I was and why I'm asking, and that I was a small business and I was an artist. And we left the store and I was like, crap, I made a mistake, and I regret like not just saying everything, because I was just so flustered, because I wasn't prepared just to have that whole conversation and ask questions and stuff. I wasn't in that right mind space, you could say. So it is now Tuesday and I have been thinking about it. I'm like, I have to go back, I have to return, I have to talk to that lady, introduce myself, but also bring like samples of my products, like greeting cards, stickers, and my business card to give to her. But I didn't have any of that when we went out on Saturday. I honestly should make it more of a habit to put business cards in my wallet, so that when things like that happen, I will be prepared and I'll be able to like whip this out and be like, hey, like this is me, I'm an artist. Yeah, so I am going to be going back tomorrow. I've been thinking about it. I want to kind of give her a couple things. Like, I have these greeting cards. I just made this fresh today. I printed them today, but this design I made yesterday, last night, because I really want to expand my greeting card line. But then I also made this earlier this afternoon, and I just printed them out because I have the intention of giving them to her. I packaged it and everything, and since they got food, I feel like this might be cute, but I'm not sure. Honestly, I really don't know how these will go because they have cute little faces, and every time you add a little face to anything, it looks more childish. And that's not necessarily their vibe. So I don't know how she's going to receive it, if she's even there so I can talk to her. But I'm thinking I might give her a sticker and or like a sticker sheet, maybe both. But yeah, I really want to go back and tell her who I am and that I'm a local artist and stuff, and I make these things regularly. But it's just my first encounter with like a local small business, and I have been thinking about wanting to do that and I guess get my stuff into their shops more, but I've never like actually made any progress or actionable things to like introduce myself. I really should just do it, but I've just been so nervous. So that one encounter like really made me flustered. So yeah, I'm just gonna go back tomorrow. Hopefully I can film a little bit of the shop if I'm not too like, you know, panicky and everything. But yeah, hope it goes well. I don't really know what's gonna become of it. Maybe she'll contact me, maybe she won't, but at least I tried, and I'm trying to rectify the situation from Saturday. So yeah. So I have very exciting news. In the past few days, I have been toying around with this new machine that I bought, which is a heat press. I am just so excited. I have been wanting one for a couple years. Pretty much like when my business began, I kind of had a vision, like an idea that I wanted to have a heat press and make apparel besides stationery. But you know, a heat press is pretty expensive, like a hobby cutter, like a Cricut or Silhouette, whatever, any machine like that. And the materials like apparel and tote bags are not that cheap either. You'd have to buy it in bulk to, you know, have the unit cost low. But anyway, I'm so excited. I finally decided, you know, like, I think I'm just gonna buy one. I have been waiting so long. The reason why I've been waiting to invest in a heat press and I was just dealing with like stationery or paper goods for so long is that I was afraid that I would not be able to make back the money that I'd spend investing in all the materials and the machine itself, you know, buying all the fabric vinyl and the apparel, the different size shirts, because you know you have to have more than just one or two sizes. You have to carry them all if possible. So it was just like a huge thing in my mind, and I was just scared to take the leap. But then, you know, I've been trying to be more proactive and just like going for things in my business because, you know, this year more experimentation and I want to try to grow, obviously sustainably, not where I'm being too reckless, but you know, there's that kind of, is it a paradox? I'm not sure, where like you're scared to do something, but in order to make your business grow, you have to invest in your business, you have to make new products consistently. And how would you know what is the next big hit if you don't try making that item, whatever it is, whether it be paper or other types of goods like apparel or accessories. I'm so excited that I finally got one. I was just like, you know what, this year is gonna be the year. I'm gonna be making new stuff and I'm gonna be going to markets, so I wanna have more things to showcase during those markets and conventions. So yeah, I bought one. I'm gonna link the description where I got it. I got it from Amazon. I think it's Fancierstudio. I will have the link in my description below. But yeah, it's still fairly new. I am going to be doing a lot of experiments and, you know, testing out the pressure and the heat and the time settings. Although usually when you buy like a certain type of fabric, vinyl, heat transfer vinyl, what have you, they usually have instructions on it already as to how the temperature should be and how long you should set it. So yeah, that's pretty helpful. I pressed the shirt already, and I think today I will be pressing a tote bag. So I'm really excited, but I'm just so glad that I finally have a heat press machine. I've actually had experience with heat presses before. I attended a vocational technical high school, what have you, and I took graphic design there, and we used heat presses. So I have experience in making my own apparel. I have sweaters where I used, fabric vinyl, and that was a while ago, over a decade ago, and I still have them to this day, and they're still in pretty good condition. There's one that's cracked, but it's like on the side. That's because I made the fabric vinyl on the side, so the folding made it crack. But yeah, I have done this before, so I'm just very, very eager and excited to get my hands back on it. So here I'm just testing the heat and making sure that it's evenly distributed. There was a bit of concern when I saw that the plate was kind of like not even, or it was just jutting out more towards the caution side. I don't really know how it affects the heat distribution with everything though. Here I am doing a test print on one of the plain shirts that I have, just with tiramisu, my brand name. And don't forget, when you're using words or text, to mirror it when you're cutting it, because that's the only way you'll get it to read right side up when you do put it through the heat press. I also bought the Siser HTV in white. I'm just starting off simple. Right now I have black and white HTV. I'll link this in the description below. But I only cut out a small part for my logo, and I put it on vinyl plus pressure, I think, because my blade is a little dull. And now it's time to weed. And this is what's gonna go on my shirt. And if you've never used a heat press before, you usually consult the heat instructions according to the HTV that you buy. So for Siser, it says to use 305 degrees Fahrenheit for 10 to 15 seconds. So that's what I am doing for this one. And before you go ahead and press the vinyl onto the shirt or whatever apparel you're using, they recommend that you usually press the material for a couple seconds, maybe 3 to 5 seconds, just to get it warm and get the moisture out of it. And then this is when you want to apply your lint roller or anything, if you want to get rid of the dust before applying the heat transfer vinyl on. And this is where you'll see why it matters that you mirror your words when it's being cut. The HTV part that's being cut goes face down on the shirt, so it'll read right side up. So I waited for 15 seconds before I lifted the clamshell, and this is what it looks like after peeling. After I took a look at the shirt closely, it looks like the vinyl is adhering to the fibers of the shirt, so for my first run, I'm really happy with it. And this was me on another day when I decided to buy a couple more shirts from SanMar. I do have a wholesale account that allows me to buy a bunch of these shirts at wholesale price, thanks to my LLC. But if you don't have an LLC, you can feel free to check out Bella Canvas. I think they have a maker's account where you don't need an LLC to have one. Jiffy Shirts, I think, is also another good one that people recommend. But I decided to buy a couple different shirts from different brands like Bella Canvas, Gildan, Next Level Apparel, and I think Comfort Colors, with different materials. Some I got 100% cotton, and some I got tri-blends, and then some I got 50-50 poly cotton, because I'd like to see how well the HTV adheres to these, as well as the wash. I also got these shirts for the purpose of using them during the markets and conventions that I attend. And I'm also going to give shirts to my mom, my friend, and my boyfriend, who are all going to be helping me out at some of these markets. So it works out perfectly. It's like an experiment, but also kind of branding myself and my helpers. I didn't get a specific color for everyone, which is fine. I think, in my opinion, as long as I have my logo on the shirt somewhere, it's good enough, at least for now. Another shirt down, and this one is for my friend who's going to be helping out. And the vinyl also adhered to this one pretty good. This one is Next Level Apparel, and it feels really nice and soft. So I'm really digging the tri-blend materials so far. This next shirt that I'm pressing is for myself. It's the Bella Canvas 3001, and I believe I got the Orchid color. I just had to get it because it's such a popular and commonly used shirt by makers and designers, so of course I had to try it for myself. It's 100% heirloom ring spun cotton, I believe is what they call it, and it does feel pretty nice to wear. Part of the instructions when using the Siser HTV as well is to wait like 48 hours, I believe, until you wash it. And of course you want to wash these shirts inside out so that the vinyl is protected when in the washing machine. I haven't washed them yet because I wanted to just be extra careful with them, so I waited more than 48 hours, but once I do wash it, I will definitely give you guys an update. For this shirt, I wanted to do a little something different, use my logo but make it bigger and put it in the center of the shirt. I think at some point in the future I will be buying the blue vinyl from Siser HTV to complete my logo. I think it would look really cute if the entire logo was here, including the little animals on top. So these are all of the shirts that I got to do. I'm really happy with how it came out. I did not have any problems with the HTV not adhering to the shirts. Like I said, when I get to wash all of these shirts, I will give you guys an update on what they look like after the wash and the dry. But yeah, I think that's it for now. I didn't get a chance to show you guys the tote bag that I pressed lately, and I made another one of my Dungeons and Dragons themed tote bag, this time with vinyl, not hand painted. I did make a mistake. I weeded, or I cut a little too close, so the U in my logo looks a little funky, and I also forgot to weed like one of these little reflective spots, but on here, I don't know if you can see it, but I did miss it and I ended up pressing it, so unfortunately that's there. I will probably sell this as a second because of the fact that I know that I messed up. But it's still really cute. So I will be doing more tomorrow, pressing more tote bags. I'd like to make a couple town themed tote bags, like the places where I will be attending at a market. I'd like to make one specifically for that location, but also I would like to make another market tote bag where I have the milk and the cheese and the broccoli all together. So I am looking forward to doing that tomorrow. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to leave a thumbs up and subscribe if you are interested, of course. And I will see you next week. Bye!